This is the second video in the SolidWorks sketching series. In the previous video, we introduced sketching, defined what a sketch is and what it can be used for, and looked at some of the basic principles needed to fully understand sketching. If you missed the first video, it may be beneficial to head back and watch that before continuing with this one. In this video, we will be covering the ways of adding sketch entities to a SolidWorks sketch and introduce you to sketch relations, which are essential for well-constructed sketches. There are two distinctive ways to sketch in SolidWorks. One approach is referred to as the click-click approach. This is where, in order to sketch a line, we left mouse button where the line should begin, move the mouse, and then click again where the line should end. We're using the line here as an example, but this works for the other sketch entity types too. This method is great if you want to keep adding more of the same. So for example, when sketching with a line, the click-click approach will allow you to draw a second line, which continues from the end of the first. The second approach is called click-drag. To sketch a line using click-drag, left mouse button and hold, and then move the mouse. When happy with the line's position, simply let go of the left mouse button. As you will notice, the difference with this approach is that a new line isn't automatically attached to the end of the previous line. There are pros and cons to each method, and it really comes down to personal preference, which you use. It's worth noting, however, that you can use both. If I wanted to create a channel profile, for example, I could click-click for the first two lines, and then click-drag for the third. This removes the need for me to hit escape after the final line, as the click-drag self-terminates. Give both methods a try, and get comfortable with using them. Sketches in SolidWorks are parametric. This means that sketch entities are defined in a way that allows you to make modifications further down the line. Because of this, there are some additional elements to sketching that you need to be comfortable with. Sketch relations and dimensions. We'll begin by looking at sketch relations. Sketch relations are constraints applied to the entities within a sketch to control their behavior. These relations help define how different sketch elements interact with each other, ensuring that the sketch behaves as intended when modifications are made. There are a number of different sketch relations, with some being applied to individual entities and some being applied to multiple entities at once. Some of the most common sketch relations are as follows. Coincident makes 2 points occupy the same location. This is useful for connecting lines to points or arcs. Collinear forces 2 or more lines to lie along the same projection without the need for them to touch. Parallel keeps 2 lines parallel to each other, maintaining equal distance between regardless of length. Perpendicular ensures that 2 lines meet at a right angle. Equal makes 2 or more entities equal in length or size, such as lines or arcs. Horizontal and vertical fix lines horizontally or vertically. Tangent ensures that a line or curve touches another entity at a single point without crossing it, resulting in a smooth transition between them. The visibility of sketch relations can be toggled on and off, so for this example I'm going to make sure they're visible, as it helps with understanding exactly how they are working. This can be done from the drop-down menu here at the top of the viewport. So with all of this in mind, let's now create a sketch. Using the line tool, I'm going to click the origin. We haven't mentioned this yet, but the origin is the only point in space that SolidWorks is aware of when we start a new part file. It's 0, 0, 0 in the X, Y, and Z axis. For the first sketch that you create in a part file, there needs to be some relation to the origin, and in this example, it's going to be the endpoint of this line. Once placed, you can see a relation has been added. This ties that first point of our line to the origin, meaning that it can't move anywhere else. As I move my mouse outward, I could snap the line to the horizontal. This again adds a relation. Using Escape, I'm going to come off my line tool temporarily and explain what is happening. Because we hovered over the origin when starting the sketch line, a relation was added that tied the start of the line to the origin, or the 000 point. As I move my cursor towards the right, the line snapped horizontally. We can see this by the green coloured boxes that have appeared on the screen. Using the line tool again, I'm going to add some more sketch entities and quickly close off this sketch. As I added in those lines, you may have spotted that some sketch relations automatically got added. We can see here that a perpendicular relation was added to the corner. This is maintaining 90 degrees between those two lines. Although SolidWorks does a good job of automatically adding relations for you, there will be instances where the wrong relation is added, or you need to manually alter the type of relation. Take the line on the left-hand side here. I purposely didn't sketch this line vertically, but it needs to be. Selecting the line displays two ways of manually adding a vertical relation. I can now select the vertical relation icon in the Property Manager on the left-hand side, or I can choose from the pop-up menu that appears by my cursor. Deleting a relation is as simple as clicking on one of the relation boxes and hitting delete. It will take a while to get used to the relation icons, so hovering over a relation will display a tooltip telling you what it is. Relations are the starting point to help define your sketch. It's good practice to sketch the profile you are looking to create and ensures that the correct relations are added and that the sketch responds in the way you intend before moving on to adding dimensions. To check that a sketch has the correct relations, I like to drag it around. Clicking on various lines and corner points and dragging them will quickly show you whether the sketch is moving as intended or not. At this point, if anything is missing, we can add extra relations. In the next video, we will be looking at adding dimensions to a SolidWorks sketch, so make sure to check that out next. And if you need to create marketing material and assembly instructions, why not try Cadacio? Turn your SolidWorks files into interactive 3D presentations that you can share online. Sign up today and try for free at cadacio.com.